Hi guys, welcome to the Vegan Food Scientist. Welcome back to the channel. Today we will be talking about eating your way out of depression through a Japanese study. Let's get into it. Alright, so depression is the most likely mental illness in the world, affecting millions of people around the world. Now, moods can change as we experience our life's demands and stresses, and we may become sad. So there's a psychological link between our mental health and happiness in relation to illness. Mental health and physical health are related, and diet is sort of in the middle. Now, when we feel depressed, it can affect our whole day and diminish our quality of life, ultimately. So this is a big problem. And what can we do in our diets to help get out of depression? So we looked at a Japanese study here, and it looks at the impact of consuming green and yellow vegetables with depressive symptoms in Japanese students. So they took junior and high school students, and they asked them reporting how much that you ate, how many yellow and green vegetables that you ate, and then they did a questionnaire about their mental health. Now, what the foods that were served in a high school were green and yellow vegetables. Specifically, you look at gourds or leafy greens, things like that. Now, among teenagers, about 10 to 20% experience some mental disorder, and about half of those start in their childhood. So when you're looking at depressive symptoms, in addition, 3/4 of those with a mental disorder have started in their 20s. So if it's not between their 10 years old, 20 years old, for sure in that time you're going to be having some depressive symptoms. Now, some initiators such as psychological factors and diet have been linked to this mental disability. Alright, so in the study, the teenagers were studied for their lunchtime meals only and the kinds of foods that they ate. Now, the researchers in this Japanese study found that green and yellow vegetables in regular consumption had a significant negative correlation with depressive symptoms. So what you want is the more green and yellow vegetables that you consume on the regular means that the less depressed that these consumers felt. Now, these results were only found in junior and senior high school students, that they studied in the Japanese high schools. So when we look here at this table, it says that the depressive symptoms go from boys and girls are about average on par here, being equal amount boys and girls likely to have depressive symptoms. And when we see junior and senior high school students, the senior high school students look like they have more depressive symptoms than the junior. Now, it could be through some teenage years, some social, psychological, emotional factors, physical development factors. Any of those things can be determining this depressive symptom finding. Now, the second table that we see here is that the depressive symptoms, which are on your y-axis, and then your x-axis is the frequency of green and yellow vegetable consumption. So how much are you eating your vegetables? And you see significantly a drop here, which is great. So if you've never eaten your vegetables, or maybe 2 times a week, which is very slim, and then you have in the middle 3 to 4 times a week, which again isn't every day, and then 1 or more times per day, optimally is what we want to see. And as you'll see, I can imagine if the more vegetables that you eat, the more positive compounds you're going in your body, and then you eventually can get down to that base rate and help yourself more here. Now, not only eating vegetables help the students with their depressive symptoms, but also how often. So the more often that you eat, the more likely you will not feel depressed. So which vegetables were best for the mood? This study finds that they looked at diet and depressive symptoms, right? So the research found that green and yellow vegetables contain potent micronutrients that help our brain health. The secret in these green and yellow vegetables, particularly ones in Japanese cuisine, is that they are from a family of vegetables that contain sulforaphane. Now, sulforaphane is a compound in vegetables that has beneficial effects on the inflammation, as it is an anti-inflammation agent in your body, and it is related to antidepressive symptoms. So it helps relate to your depressive symptoms, which vegetables do we want to eat? Now we want to eat broccoli, cabbage, and other cruciferous vegetables that you see here. You may see kohlrabi, kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and cauliflower as an example. We also have yellow vegetables like pumpkin, sweet potato, and carrots. Just to name a few, being very simple here, that any sort of shade that you can see that, you go for it and try to eat it in the most whole food possible. So minimally processed, you're just cutting it up, slicing it up, maybe spicing it, and then roasting it or cooking it and eating it just like that. Now, if you'd like to learn more about foods and depression, you can also check out my blog about bananas, the video about bananas here. So scientists say that bananas are able to reduce depressive symptoms in the same amount that we're talking about Japanese study here. So scientists study and research that bananas can reduce depressive symptoms. Eating whole foods has shown to have an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antioxidant effect. So what you're trying to do is put as much whole foods in your body as you can and live a whole food plant-based life for your depression, for your internal inflammation, any chronic diseases that you have, obesity, and as well your mental health. Your mental health is very important. So thanks so much, guys, for watching. If you want to check out some more content, check it up here on the end screen. Be sure to subscribe and ring that little notification bell. I'll be checking out more of these types of videos. If you like them, please give it a big thumbs up. And also, I have vegan recipes. It's available on my YouTube channels, on my social channels, and as well over at my website. It has the specific recipes for you guys. Alright, so thanks so much for watching, and keep it vegan, y'all.